We
love.
live.
Peace. Welcome to Sophisticatedly Ratchet. It's your gang, and we're here talking about a story. We got a spooky story. Mo, you want to tell us a spooky story?
A spooky story?
It's just a scary. It's just a story in which she was scared, bro.
That's your scary noise?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a scary
I mean, a
story.
gunshot would be
I
my
had
scary nose.
I had a
that's all.
Go
bunch of
ahead,
money
old man
invested.
Shake. Where's your
Go
I
ahead,
had a
where's
bunch of.
your Shake?
I got rid of it. But I had a
Yeah,
bunch of
shit.
money invested in the crypto market, and then that shit went down. My whole life was over. Oh my god, this shit went
That is spooky.
down hard, my nigga. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Definitely see some
I
ghosts and
felt
some
like
money.
the life draining from me as I was watching the shit go down. Like you get negative 1,000, negative 2,000, negative 3,000. So I was
That's
scared.
scary.
Okay, and that
That is a
dang,
scary
that's some
story.
scary shit.
Losing money is scary. You ain't
Watching
gonna-
losing money is scary, I should say.
Word. For real.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Who else
Just
we got?
Who
little-
else is doing a scary story, man?
I don't really
Like,
have a
we're
scary
live.
story. I have a death
live,
experience.
Go ahead, TK.
Yeah, I don't have a
You
scary
guys know
story.
I'm
I just
an
have
ice-
something I was fearful of. I mean that I was scared. But go ahead, TJ.
Oh,
What, Mash?
What happened,
nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you guys know I'm an ICU nurse. I work at a cancer
Uh-huh.
hospital, so I see death and dying at almost every shift. And I once had this patient, and he was actually kind of young. I want to say he was like in his early 40s. He had two little girls, and it was really sad. They came to see him at the bedside. He had terminal cancer. We knew he was going to die. And so his girls came to the hospital to see him, and they were really little. Oh, just thinking about it makes me like kind of like cringe a little bit.
Mhm.
So they're at the bedside with him. The minute that they leave, he goes asystole, and that's when your heart rate goes to zero. So
Okay, wow.
he was a DNR, which means that we're not going to resuscitate him. But you know, I'm the nurse, so I know that he was a DNR. But before he goes asystole, I see his arms going up like this. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then he went to zero. Everybody starts rushing in. And I'm like, you know, we're not going to revive him. He's a DNR. And out of nowhere, he wakes up. His eyes open. His heart rate comes back. And he's like, just chilling. And I'm like, are you okay? You know? And he was like, yeah, I just felt like I was falling. And, you know, people were trying to see me. Like everybody was just really happy to see me. And I was like, wait, what happened? Yes. He's like, so I'm like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, everybody was like so excited to see me. And I was like, no, you actually just died. You went asystole, which your heart rate went to zero. And I saw your arms go up. And, you know, I was like, tell me more about your experience. And, you know, he was just like, you know, he just told me exactly that. And I was just like, that's spooky, but you actually
That
just
is-
died. I said, do you remember any of the people that you saw? And he said, no, I didn't recognize any of them. And I was like, wow. So that put things in perspective for me.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
that's ancestors that you may have never met. That when you cross over, I just got the chills. But people that you have never met know you exist, and they're excited for you when you cross over. And so that made me less scared of death. And I've never really been scared of death, but it's like you fear the unknown. But it was just like, wow, that shit is like real. He ended up dying a few days later and never came back. But
Got you.
that was
That
like
was
a really
different.
crazy
I was really hoping for a
experience.
more optimistic and like, yeah, he lived for a couple more years.
Nah, that
No.
was great, bro. Yo, you
Yeah.
got live from the source. You got truth without search. You just got a whole interview with
Yeah.
somebody who had a death experience.
Facts.
Word.
That's amazing,
Super
bro.
Facts.
You know,
good, guy.
I
you
feel
know
like
what
I'm
type
not
of content
surprised by
that
the
is?
amnesia though, like him not remembering like the specifics of it. I feel like that's always the thing.
Well, he
Bro.
didn't know specific. Not that the specifics. He just didn't know everybody. He's like, everybody's around me, and they're so excited that I'm here. And I was like, where did you go? Like, what did it look like? Was it white? I was asking him questions like, was it
Right.
white? He's like, I just felt like I was falling, and everybody was super excited to see me. And I was like, well, your hands went
you know
up
what's wild?
before you went asystole.
Maybe that was him
He
feeling like he was
ruined,
fooling.
Yeah.
he ruined the surprise party. I mean, he came in, they was happy, and he left. Like that's just kind of wild.
Wow.
Wow.
Kind of
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I do think a lot of shit happens once we leave this body or whatnot. Um, I believe in like having a everlasting spirit. I
yeah.
try to be the a version of myself where I think I would want to exist in that spirit. Um, and but yeah, like I still don't feel death, but yeah, that's just what
Would
it
you
is
want
for
to
me.
be? Would you want to be mistaken for a spider web?
What the hell?
Nah, cause yeah,
Mm-mm.
nah, you stupid.
Who's
Yo,
next?
bro, yo, bro, yo, bro, yo,
Who's
bro.
next?
Hypothetically, if
You
you
said it was
died
a
in my
spider
crib,
web.
I would assume every paranormal thing was you. I would just automatically
Right.
assume
That's short. That's short.
every paranormal thing is Flash out
That
here.
Flash. That
Nah,
You
Flash.
know,
I don't
Can I
gotta,
say
yo, bro.
something about that? I
I
had
be,
an experience like that too. So
tell me
I
more.
was chilling in my house one day and I turned on the kettle to make some tea. And I had the stove really, really low because, you know, when the
Mhm.
tea is brewing, you turn it low. And the window in the kitchen is always open because I'm like paranoid. So one time I, sat on the couch. I thought that the tea was like going, and out of nowhere, I
Mhm.
had a microwave. This is before I renovated my kitchen. I had a microwave that I never touched because I don't believe in microwaves. Out of
Got you.
nowhere, the microwave
Somebody
goes
got
off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm nervous to go in the kitchen now. I'm like, I've never touched that microwave in years that I've been here, 13 years. I go in the
Uh-huh.
kitchen and the gas was on. So whatever the
Mm,
spirit was trying to tell me that the gas was on. The wind blew out the fire pilot because it was a very
wow.
low flame. And I was like, oh shit, if I didn't come in this kitchen and I fell asleep on the couch, I would have died.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know that there's something
And the
that
window was
yeah,
That's
no, I'm gonna say
wild.
something recently that's been going on in my house that I've noticed, and I haven't said. I just realized I haven't even told anybody. I'm
Spooky
trying to figure out.
stories.
No, I'm just trying to figure out like why is this happening, and it happened this morning as well.
oh shit.
My TV in the living room turns on
Turned
by
on.
itself, and it's happened more than once. It happened this morning when I'm hearing like talking. I'm like, what is
I
that?
ain't going back to your house.
And I get up
That
and the TV is
nigga,
on, and it's
Yo,
like,
check
that
it
nigga
sense.
Noah,
Check it TV
that nigga
sense.
Wait,
Noah
I'm
hit
about to
me.
say, Mo,
That nigga
because my
Noah hit
TV
me
is a
with
Is it
smart
my
Noah?
TV, and
nigga.
that
Did
should
Noah
be
step
turning
on a
on too.
but
remote?
my TV,
You know,
no, and I know it's not
does it
no
have a
because
timer
no
on it by
because
accident?
I'm barely in my I'm always watching TV in my room more so.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
Noah was with me in the room, so I knew it wasn't him.
Got you.
And it
All right,
happened more than once. It's not the
all
first time it
right.
happened. Because one time I was like, why
So,
did somebody leave the TV? And I
so
looked and I was like,
Do
the
you
remote
think it
is
was
weird.
like your grandpa or your dad?
no,
I don't know.
no.
Tell me what it is.
Stop.
Uh-oh,
That is weak
philosopher about
sauce.
to be
I
chiming
That is
in.
weak
when it happened
sauce.
to me, I said,
That
Let
is
me
thank
weak
you,
know.
sauce.
grandma. I thank my grandmother. I thank my
Well, let me know,
cousin.
Flash,
No,
because maybe I need to look at something because
no.
this is,
Look,
and it
you
doesn't
talking
happen
about
every day. So
you
if it was a
talking about
timer,
you
I
talking
feel like
about
it would happen
infrared
every
shit.
day.
No, it could be anything because you have microwaves and all types of shit that fuck with infrared waves and shit. So if the shit probably hit the TV or whatever the case is,
Man,
yes,
this
it will turn
scientist
on.
motherfucker go right now.
Or somebody got a
Yeah,
universal
here go the
remote with the same
spiderweb
type of
theory.
TV
Here go
that
the
you got.
spiderweb
It
theory.
might turn your
Bad
TV on and
vibes.
shit. I'm telling
Spiderweb
you
theory.
because ghosts ain't trying to
So
turn
where
on
does
your
that
fucking
come
TV for
from?
you.
Where does these infrared
It's
rays
it's
come
from
from?
anything.
How do you know
Anything
what
that
ghosts want to
produces.
do, Flash? How do you know what ghosts want to do?
On some
How
real
you
shit,
gonna
Flash.
tell
You
her
ain't got
what
no
ghosts
right to speak
want?
for ghosts like
What
that, though,
makes
when you
you the
think
fucking
about it.
expert on what ghosts are here for, bro? Maybe
Don't
they
get me
want to
wrong, though. I
turn on
know
the
a ghost ain't
TV.
really preoccupied with turning on the
Huh?
TV, though.
So
I
How
gotta
about
agree with
that,
Flash
so
on that.
Flash?
so you think
How
a
about
ghost came
that?
in your crib to watch your little stink ass TV, my
That's a
nigga?
fact.
Really?
That's a fact.
Shut the
Anyway,
fuck
I,
I'm
up.
gonna tell
could
y'all
have
Maybe
been
they
about.
her
want to watch their
family
favorite
member.
show. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what they like to do. Watch their favorite
Could have
show.
been her
well, they
family
could.
member that
Well,
just
they could have went
crossed
to where they
over.
lived. Shit.
Right.
You guys
Anyway,
watched
yo,
the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick
Mm-hmm.
Swayze? They were
yeah, I
able to
seen that
touch
shit.
stuff, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that movie was like 30
Yeah,
years ago.
You talking
yo,
Yeah.
about
So what?
Whoopi was in that movie?
Go ahead, Flash.
yo,
Whoopi was
so
in that
look,
movie?
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a real ghost story, but I'm not sure if it was a ghost story because I wasn't sure if I was awake or not.
No,
But
it's infrared lights and waves.
Yeah, how you not sure if you're awake?
They'll
no,
fuck
hold
with your
on.
goddamn
So
microwave.
I'm gonna tell you what
Spiderweb
happened. So
theory.
this is in my younger whole days and shit. But I remember I went on a sneaky link or whatever to go meet up with a chick, and I thought I was getting like buns or whatever the case is. I'm not
Yeah,
even sure,
yeah,
but never. I think our first interaction, I was Oh no, we talked on the phone before, but then she was like, "Yo, you know, you can come to the crib or whatnot." So I get to the crib, and I'm thinking like, "Oh, she giving the shit up on the first night." I said, "It's about to be a wrap," but she was like, "Nah, you gonna stay in the couch." This and the third. So I'm in the couch. I'm chilling, but I'm tired. I'm tired as fuck. So I'm just laying in the couch, and she says something to the effect of, "Okay, I guess we're not gonna do it tonight." So she was like, "Sleep on the couch," and I was like, "Cool." So, but I'm thinking like, all right, she still might come out and give me some buns though. You never know. She might wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and try and put it on me. So I said, cool, I'm gonna stay in the couch. So I'm staying in the couch. She goes to her room or whatever. And I'm like, I'm really tired. So I decided to get maybe some sleep. But shit you not, and I still don't know if this is real to this day. Fucking, so at first it started like, it sounded like there was kids, running like there's an upstairs or some shit. So it sounded like there was kids that was running. I'm sitting here like, oh shit, I'm sitting here like these kids are real noisy and shit. They keep running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm sitting here like, yo, these kids are mad active. And it's like 12 a.m. in the morning and shit. Somebody got to put these kids down or some shit. Running back and forth. Next thing you know, the kids start running up and down the walls now. I'm talking about it's no longer coming from the ceiling and shit. It's going up and down the walls, all around the walls and shit. So now I start questioning shit. I'm telling you, I start questioning shit and I wanted to call out for homegirl, but then I realized I couldn't even remember her name at the moment. So I was just sitting there stuck like, yo, what the fuck am I hearing? And I'm trying to think, is it an animal? But then I'm sitting here like an animal has no way to be just running up and down walls and all types of shit. So I'm thinking like, all right, maybe I can gun it for the door, but then the shit start running towards the door and shit. So I'm sitting here like, so my eyes are closed and shit. I'm sitting here like, yeah, I think I'm in the house with some wild ass spirits or some shit because it's no reason why I'm hearing all of this fucking mess and shit. And look, I ain't high. I wasn't drinking. Time? At some points, yeah. But then I'm sitting here listening to shit because, like I told you, I thought it was kids at first. But I'm sitting here like, nah, this shit is going all around the fucking walls and shit. So I'm not gonna lie. I ain't wanna really like walk and fuck up what the spirits was doing.
She got rats.
So
running through the wall.
I don't know what it was.
You got raccoons.
Girls live in the wall. They live in the walls.
You got some nocturnal animals in your crib, bro. She got pigeons.
Bro, it was running up and down the walls, across the ceiling. Ain't no rat that fast.
Sounds like
ain't no rat that fast, my nigga.
Several.
Squirrels are sleeping. Squirrels are sleeping at 12 a.m.
They trying to get a nut too.
You know the schedule.
Just like
you know squirrel schedule now. You know the time.
Yo, and so my way of having a fight because I didn't want to fuck with the spirits. I slept through the whole shit,
bro. Let her go, bro.
No, I shit you not, yo.
Was the house clean? Was the house clean?
Yeah. It was it was.
Damn.
Flag. That's a flag.
Actually, flag. I got questions for you, my nigga. I got some important questions to ask you. One, you said that you went over for a crib to get some butt, but you went over there tired.
No, it was a possibility. It was more like, yo, we gonna link, really talk, chop it up. Because I ain't gonna lie, this is in Queens. Because he definitely said that
he went to he was tired. He was over there tired. He was like, all right, I'm gonna leave you on the couch. So I'm thinking to myself, if Shorty invited him over to get some dick,
there was no hallucinations here. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think this shit was real. Like,
I think Shorty just trying to get you back for standing up. She ain't get no dick.
Now let me tell you something. Y'all can't even say if y'all believe in spirits and shit. Y'all can't be here like, oh, that's not real. Like, I get it, and I'm saying certain things you can question. This shit
squirrels
was not a spider web. This shit was not an animal. This shit was not a spider web. It was literally something running up and down the walls. And you know what's wild? It was happening in multiple places and shit. This is how I know, like,
it's probably the other niggas in the other room knocking it down. Waiting for it was knocking it down. And then you wait your turn on the couch, You wait your turn.
Yo, so Shorty just went up. Was Shorty doing anything the entire time? She was just sleeping.
Nah, bro. In my mind, I couldn't see her, so she went to the room. So I'm thinking she was sleeping or whatever. So I'm just sitting here like I'm not going I'm not going to run like I'm a little bitch. Like, yo, you got ghosts in the house. Let me sleep with you. I think that was a cop. I'm not doing that.
There was some activity upstairs. You chose not to like check on what she was going on today. Just stood on the couch.
Bro, look, I had to be brave, my nigga. So I went to sleep.
That bitch had a
That's not rat, nigga. Rats don't even run up your ceilings and walls, bro.
Yes, they do, nigga. Yes, they
not like this, nigga. Not like this, nigga.
So you don't know rats can come out.
I ain't gonna lie. If I see a rat run up the wall, my nigga, I gotta go. That's different. A rat running up the wall, that's defying gravity. That's different.
And you know what tripped me up? Oh no. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. Like I
It's
said,
weird,
that's what happened.
but I have a story too, but it's not really like a scary story. It's just like kind of like a weird story. Like
I mean, I definitely got a fear story.
you know what I'm saying? I don't, oh, go ahead
Let's
with
hear
yours
it.
then, bro. Go ahead with yours then. Mash.
So my fear story is a real life fear story. I was out drinking with some friends. This is a long time ago. I was in fucking Times Square, 34th Street, and I'm trying to go home to Queens, and I hop on the A train real quick. So I'm gonna hop on the A train because the A train gonna take me to to where I could transfer to the E and get to where I gotta go. I wound up sleeping on the A train, and I wake up in Fall Rockaway. And when I woke up in Fall Rockaway, I found out that there was no more trains running in Fall Rockaway, and I had to find a shuttle bus in Fall Rockaway. And that was it was
spooky hours, bro.
time.
As soon as that nigga said that he would sleep on the train and woke up before Rock, I was like, "Ooh, this is
spooky.
Fall Rockaway late.
No more trains,
bro. No more trains, and it is 2 a.m. and I'm tipsy. I'm tipsy. So I'm like, fuck. So
got
I
a little
go to
money on you?
I had some cash on me. Not enough
you
for a cab.
it's
Not
scary
enough
out
for a
there,
cab.
bro.
Not enough for a cab. Not enough for a cab. So I had to use the
Scary.
bathroom. So I went to go find the bathroom station inside of the train station, but there was none. There was just a woman down there. So when I get to the woman in the booth, I'm like, "Hey, you doing, miss? You got somebody's bathroom?" She says, "No, baby, I got nothing for you." I said, "Well, you know how I get home." She said, "We got a trestle that's gonna be coming. It's a shuttle bus, but you got to walk to the shuttle bus." She's like, "What stop is the shuttle bus at?" She's, "Well, this is Beach 40, so you got to walk down to Beach 35." I said, "That's 5 blocks in Fall Rockaway. I'm not doing it at 2 in the morning. I'm not gonna do this right now." So I got a homegirl I hit up. I said, "Yo." She lived in Far Rockaway. She said, "Yo, can I stay at your crib tonight?" She was like, "Yeah, but my man, he might have a problem with that." I said, "Please, just let me stay for the night. And be all good." She said, he not here, but I just want you to know he would have a problem with him. It's all good. It's all love between me and you." I get to her crib. Now I'm sleeping on her couch now. And I'm sitting, this is like the most uncomfortable sleep ever. I was so afraid that this nigga gonna come in the house and I gotta fight this nigga half drunk and shit because I just want to make it back to Queens. This is the situation that I'm in. And I just wanted to share that spooky moment that I had. I was in fear at every moment of that night. Once I got on the A train, once I got the Far Rockaway, I was in fear mode. It was straight survival mode.
Fear.
That's all I got.
Fear.
Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Fall Rockaway different.
It is different. It is different. He said fear of getting back to Queens, like Fall Rockaway wasn't Queens, but I said that.
But I did want to say really quickly, it's nothing more fearful, in all honesty, where you literally think you're gonna die.
Yeah,
and like what you do in that moment. And I always talk about like when I was 19, if stuck in my head till this day when I got robbed, and it's like in that moment, like I thought I was gonna die. So that is, and like, and I know Mash I brought up like fight and fight. You don't know what you're gonna do, but if somebody's up on and if somebody's, but there's not much you can do if somebody's up on you with a gun. You know what I mean? And they have that, and they have the shit to your head. It's like, well, at that point, and then they're like, lay on the ground and all of this craziness. So at that point, like you're really in a panic, like, yo, is this about to happen? You're trying to process what's going on, number one.
Yeah, it's hard to process.
You have to process what's going on. Like, yo, is this happening? So just being in a moment like that, like fear completely overtakes you because you are trying to process, like, number one, what's happening? Number two, is this the last, thing that's gonna happen? There's so many things going through your head. Like, is my mother gonna find me here? What's going on? Am I gonna die? So that is very fearful to be in an experience.
I remember we were talking about fight or flight, but I always think about freeze. Like, a lot of people do freeze as well when you think about fear. Like, people sometimes just do neither.
Yeah.
Question, Mo.
Yes.
Mo, how long did that experience last?
It felt like it was forever. I know I was walking from work. It was midnight. So let me see. I don't know where they came from. It was two of them. It was me and my friend. It could have lasted maybe 5 minutes, but it felt like forever. Like, I know they told us to get on the floor. He made me face him. My friend Calvin, he was like, "Mo, face me," or whatever. And I know at one point they literally put the gun on his head and glocked it back. And at that point, I was like, yo, if they shoot him in front of me, I'm gonna probably die of a heart attack, like of a panic. Seeing something like that, I already knew it was over for me. I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like, I'm gonna just pass out from shock or something like that. But they just basically like and then one of them was standing over me, so I didn't look at him, but I know probably the gun was on me, because I had on like a chain. I remember, so of course he's looking down at me, so I know he could see my chain. So he took my chain. I think he took my mom's bag and stuff like that. So it probably could have lasted maybe 5 minutes, the most 10, but it felt like forever. It felt like forever.
Yeah, that's dramatic.
Yeah, it's very
spooky.
traumatic.
I forgot. What did they take of you, Mo? Do you remember exactly? You said your mom's bag. What was it?
They took my mom's
bag.
Yeah, they took my mom. It was a purse that I had, and then they took her bag,
like
my
a
wallet
or something like that.
Yeah, it was the snakeskin bag. I'll never forget. My mom was like, "Lord, they took my damn snakeskin bag," even though we got it back. But yeah, like my keys was in there, my ID.
Oh, you got it back?
Money was in it. Yeah, somebody
so
called.
The cops found them.
Somebody called from the George Washington Bridge and said that they left it in the McDonald's over there. So like my ID, everything. I think my keys was in there. The money was gone, but we had still changed the locks anyway. But yeah, it was crazy.
Those are some dumbass robbers,
and they're dumb. And
bag,
and that's why, right? And that's why and I remember my chain at the time was engraved, so that's why the cops, when they came, they said, well, if they try to pawn it, unbeknownst to them, we're gonna because you have a very distinctive engraving in your chain. So if they try to pawn it, we're gonna know who it is as well. So I don't even know if they ever found the people.
Like Mo brought up something like
you think.
Go ahead,
go ahead, Shake. Because I was just thinking about something that Mo, like based on what Mo was saying about like what I would do if someone was actually stick me up. Like I used to think that I would like be mad defiant. Like, nah, you ain't gonna kill me. Fuck y'all. But I'm like, now as an adult, like, yo, people come at me with a gun. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm a whole lot L. I ain't gonna get shot.
Yeah, it was. And in the moment for me, because I was working 2 jobs and I was coming from the movie theaters, I closed the movie theaters that night. And I changed back and I was like, dang, I should have left my uniform on, my movie uniform, because it's pants. And I was also working for the Board of Ed. So I put back on my clothes that I have from the Board of Ed. So, and I know I had a skirt. What I didn't know was I was praying that I didn't die, but I knew that what in my mind, what I thought was going to happen, I knew I was going to die, because at that point I was going to fight back at that point, because I honestly thought that they were going to try to rape me because I had a skirt on. So I knew if that was something that was going to happen, I knew I was going to die. I knew they were going to have to kill me, because I was going to fight at that point. I processed that already. So I was like, oh, so I prayed about that. Like, I don't care what they take. Just, I just don't want to be raped. That's what I was thinking. But I knew in the moment, if they did that, flight for me would at least be trying to, fight them. So I knew if that was going to go down, I was probably going to die at that point.
I feel like for some odd reason with rape, I'd fight that even if they had a gun on me. Cause
that's how I felt too. I felt, I honestly did. I felt that. Because I was just like, I cannot, like, of course I'm stuck, but to know that, I would at least try to restrict myself or cover myself. Right, it's a violation. So I knew
money in my bags and shit like that.
I think that's easy to say, hard to do. Yeah, I'm not saying that.
No, that's why I said in the moment. That's how I felt, because I just felt like I know I would try. And when I'm saying fighting, like, covering my private area or going like, you know what I mean? And go, not, because I'm just trying to restrict myself, but even doing that may be defiant to them. I knew in that process, I was going to die from even me probably trying to go like this or hold my crotch or cover my,
I mean, at that point, you fucked up regardless.
Yeah, that's what I felt. Yeah, that's how I felt. I mean, I'm glad that did not happen, but that was something that also went through my head too.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fair.
That was very fair. That's fear. I mean, and
that's spooky. That's a spooky story. That's a spooky story. I'm glad we didn't leave with that one.
Yeah,
really spooky.
I have another one.
Go ahead, TJ. Did a ghost open your car door or some shit?
No. So I used to be in the military, and I was put on funeral detail. And so that means you do the 21 gun salute, you sing taps, you play taps on the trumpet, you fold the flag, you hand it to the next of kin. So usually it was like a 2-man detail. If we could get more people, they'd have more people, but sometimes it was just 2 people. So we go to this cemetery. You guys know Cypress Hills? That's like a big cemetery in Brooklyn.
Right next to Franklin K. Lane.
Yes. Yeah. And y'all tell me, that's a spooky ass hotel cemetery, because it's like, it's mad unorganized. It's like, tombstones on top of each other. Long story short, that cemetery has like a children's cemetery. You guys know that? There's like a children's section.
I'd imagine so.
There's a children's section. So anyway, my coworker and I were there. We're, prepping. Usually we like to practice exactly what we're going to do, where we're going to go. So we were practicing and we heard children playing. There were
Where
no
their
kids.
bodies was at?
There were no kids. No, there was. I mean, it was a cemetery, right? So it was like they were all underground. But
what
we
does
heard
children
kids
playing sound like to you?
Hey, let's go! And like running around, and I was like, "Wait, do you hear that?" And he was like, "Do you hear that?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't hear the kid from Franklin K. Lane.
Where Franklin K. Lane is right at the block.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a secret. We thought. But
We just
sold the
ghost
story,
and then you hear kids.
Spiderweb theory. Spiderweb theory.
That's a spiderweb theory. Okay. Well, thank you.
The only person that got a real ghost story is me. All right. Unexplainable.
Nigga, that was Rex. That was Rex.
Yeah, that was
I'm the only
that
one.
was.
You were a dirty home.
Mo
Okay?
got the most legit ghost story here. Like, none of y'all motherfuckers
not
come close.
choosing with it.
Oh, God.
The sneaky link was busy with other links. Okay, they was running her up the wall. Okay?
And that's your fault for going over there sleeping to begin with.
No, my shit was real. Sorry.
Both you and Mash, both of y'all sleep at the wrong times. That's why you're in this spooky situation.
My shit was real.
Can I say that that's going to help me? Because my grandmother's buried there and my grandfather's buried at Cypress Hills. And I never wanted to go back there because I felt like it was so spooky. So that helps me. Thank you for that, guys.
No problem.
You just
we try to rationalize
debunked that for me.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
This is SR therapy.
My scary story goes like this. It wasn't really a scary story. It's not really a scary
spooky story.
I was in South Carolina for my cousin's her wedding, and she gave me her car so I could go to just so I could get around. I told her I wanted to hit up some clubs. You know, this is my younger whole days. I like to be in a club. So I went to some club in South Carolina and it was amazing. They had drinks and shit. Like they were serving drinks in pitchers and shit. This shit was amazing, bro. Like they were selling the drinks. Like you can get a pitcher of like Henny and shit for like $25 or something crazy like that. And I was like, what? Shit's amazing. So I'm in there getting fucked up. I'm in there I have my pitcher of liquor. I'm getting fucked up. And then you know, I'm you know me, I'm on my shake shit, you know what I mean? Running around, talking to all the girls, humping on the girls, you know, giving a little.
You got Henny in you, my nigga. You super
right?
charged.
And the dudes was like, cause like when I would go dance with a girl, a dude would be like, yo, this is my girl. And I'd be like, all right, no problem. Cause you know, I'm always cool. And I'll move on to the next chick and shit. But here's the problem. I was really drunk. And I probably came around to fucking come do. This dude probably told me this shit 3 fucking times. Like, yo, that's my girl. That's my girl. The same nigga.
Fucked up now.
The same nigga. So we get to the point of the night. It's like
she was cute, obviously.
3 o'clock in the morning and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm drunk and shit. And I'm looking at this girl standing by the door, right? And she's looking at me, right? Like right in my eyes. And she does this one of these shits to me, like, yo, like, get out of here, bro. Like, go. Get out of here type of shit, right? And I'm looking at her like, what the fuck? And then I'm remembering where the fuck I am. I'm in South Carolina, okay? Remember, that's a gun carrying state, right? And I pissed off a lot of people in that motherfucker. I might have pissed off a lot of people in there. And Shorty is like, nigga, get the fuck out. And I felt like that in my mind, I felt that was my guardian angel telling me, like, my nigga, get the fuck. I feel like my guardian angel speaks to me through people and shit, like sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like she was like this right here, like, because I could have fucking died that night. Real shit. Like a nigga could have came out and shot me on some G shit. And nobody would and all these niggas know each other. They don't know me. I'm from out of town and shit. You know what I mean? And I've heard of many people who go down south and get shot. Right?
Yeah, don't be playing away games, bro.
Once I saw that signal and shit, I walked out, you know, very casually. Cause I ain't running nowhere. I ain't no bitch. I walked out of that shit, went to my car and shit. With my cousin,
pedal to the metal, the pedal.
My man was like,
wait, I forgot to tell y'all, my cousin had been left me because the nigga said he didn't like the vibes in the place and shit. So he was already sleeping in the car. Okay, so I went there and I walked out and he was already sleeping in the car. And like you said, I put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I know you did.
I got the fuck out of Dodge, nigga.
I know the fuck you did, bro.
As soon as you said that you danced on that same shorty 3 times, that nigga got to tell you 3 times to get off. I was like, yeah, I'll take
kill
home.
me. Word. First, it was my cousin who said he didn't like the vibe. Then it was my guardian angel who told me get out. I was like, you know what? Let me
ask you a
3
question.
signals.
Was the guardian angel one of the girls you was dancing with 3 times?
No, I maybe. I don't know. I was drunk.
Yo,
and she was
drunk.
sitting at the door.
She was just a random girl, like, get out of here. They
on a
kill
stool.
you.
Yeah, or some shit like, yo, get out of here.
They probably overheard, like, yo, who this nigga was? Who the, yo, that nigga
Word,
drunk over here? Yo, we gonna get that nigga. Son. That's exactly what she was like, yo, nigga, go.
She heard the movie like,
she heard all that shit. Like,
she heard the jokes. She was like, who, that one, the weird looking one? The guy by himself? Just standing here in the parking lot, him?
In South Carolina, we all got guns. This nigga got a gun? No? Oh, this
nigga.
You
gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of
here. Yo.
We gonna watch that nigga.
So yeah, I got out of there really quickly and shit.
Good move.
You know, before anybody had a chance to air my dumb ass out. But that was my scary story.
That was scary. That was scary, especially when he said the location where he was at. I was outside.
Well,
for real.
Was our Sophisticatedly Ratchet Spooky Story Hour.
Exactly. Hit the subscribe button.
Thank you for listening.
And if you're following us here on Sophisticatedly Ratchet YouTube, follow us on IG at So Ratchet Podcast. And
what you pointing at?
So Ratchet. Sorry, that was a ghost. That was a ghost.
I thought she pointed a shake.
Oh.
Do it like it's your day.
I do it for you. Go ahead.
Do it like
follow
it's your
us.
day.
So Ratchet Podcast on Instagram. We're there.
Yes, and So Ratchet Pod on Twitter.
Below.
And stay tuned to our overall fear episode coming soon.
Yes.
Comment.
Do it like it's your B-Day. Do it like it's your B-Day.
Share your story
dancing,
below too. We want to know what your ghost story was. What's your
Thanks.
Share your spooky story in the comments.
Spooky
Definitely.
shit.
And with that, on the day.
Peace.
Love y'all.